brilliant book. It's one of the oldest treatises on command and leadership and the history of the planet. Very well written, very intelligent, very insightful. So when Machiavelli wrote The Prince, it could have been easily called leadership or command and leadership, right? Because it was prince, think of prince as the leader. So getting back to conversion, Machiavelli proposes a question. He asks the philosophical leaders of today whether or not it's better as a leader or as a prince to be loved or feared, right? When you're in command or leadership. So Machiavelli said, and like what Jenny said earlier, he said, an art or science, she said, don't cheat, pick one. So Machiavelli said, well, actually, it's better to be both loved and feared. But if you can't be both loved and feared, it's better to be feared, right? Because back in the day, and I know from dealing with troops all my life, right, on the spectrum of humanity, we have love and kindness, generosity, right, on one end, but on the other end, nastiness, right? Hatred, jealousy, greed, sexual lust, bloodlust, right? When you're in a combat mode and stuff, right? And so when everything is fine, lots of resources, the troops are not injured, they have lots of food, lots of water, lots of sleep, right? It's easy to be a leader, right? But you start depriving troops are sleep deprived. They're angry. So we're driving down the road on a patrol, right? And then an IED goes off and kills 4 people in a vehicle, right? You are going crazy. You want to then cause pain and suffering on the enemy. But you can't because of the law of armed conflict, right? And rules of engagement. So if you don't have the coercion, if a leader doesn't have the ability to punish and coerce people, they'll go crazy, so they need that. So what Machiavelli also said, right, is it's important for a leader not to be hated. So there are times when a leader has to be cruel, has to be mean, right, and has to coerce the troops, because the troops, they're going to do their own thing. They're in now bloodlust. They want to kill and damage and inflict pain and suffering on the bad guy, because it's how we are, right? Growing up in South America, maybe during your early evolution, you had to fight off the jaguar, right? The panther, the crocodile, the anaconda, right? The women and children going down and getting water. We need that savage instinct in you to survive. So without coercion, without a leader having the ability to instill fear into his troops, it will fail, right? They will run rampant, they will do whatever the hell they want to do. So this is important. Getting back to Machiavelli, so a leader can do that, but he should never be hated, right? Leaders that are hated, they will fail. They will be overthrown, they will be killed, whatever. So keep that in mind. Now the book, right? Book is very sketchy, very timid. Coercion. Coercion. Coercion's all bad. Yeah, so if I'm Bill Gates of Microsoft, I'm not going to go harsh on my people, right? Because that's all bad. But if you're a battalion commander, company commander, you need to have that coercive power to bring down pain and suffering on your troops, because your troops are killers, right? They're assassins. They want to do bad, nasty things because they're trained to do that stuff. So coercion from a military perspective, we need it. So you be cruel, be feared, but never hated. That's the essence of Machiavelli's question on whether it's better to be feared or loved.